Hi everyone, let's talk about one of the most stunning pivots in startup history. One that starts with a struggling gaming company and ends with a giant worth $27 billion. We're here to talk about the story of Slack.
Qubit.
Meet Stuart Butterfield, the co-founder and CEO of Slack.
This game has something that no one else will. Me.
Butterfield is no stranger to pivoting. Before Slack, he was involved in another startup called Ludicorp, which developed a game called Game Never Ending. The game had a feature that allowed users to share photos with each other. When the game failed to take off, Butterfield and his team decided to focus on the photo sharing feature and turn it into a standalone product. That product was Flickr, which was acquired by Yahoo in 2005 for $35 million, making Butterfield and his team millionaires. But Butterfield was not satisfied with working for Yahoo. He wanted to create another game, something more ambitious and innovative than Game Never Ending. So he left Yahoo and started a new company called Tiny Speck with some of his former Ludicorp colleagues. Tiny Speck's mission was to create Glitch, a massively multiplayer online game that was set in a whimsical and colorful world.
This is the Oasis.
But it faced many challenges, such as technical issues, high development costs, and low retention rates. After 3 years of development and 2 years of public testing, Glitch shut down in 2012.
First I thought he was joking.
But it was not a total loss. During the development of Glitch, Butterfield and his team had built an internal tool to communicate with each other. The tool was a chat app that allowed them to send messages, share files, and organize conversations into channels. The tool was so useful and efficient that they decided to keep using it even after Glitch was gone. They realized that they had created something that could solve a common problem for many teams: how to communicate effectively and productively in a remote and distributed environment.
We don't even know what it is yet.
That's when they decided to pivot. They took the chat app they had built for themselves and turned it into a product for others. They called it Slack, which stands for Searchable Log of All Conversation and Knowledge. They launched Slack in 2013 as a beta version and invited some friends and former colleagues to try it out. The feedback was overwhelmingly positive. People loved Slack's simplicity, speed, and integrations with other tools. The growth was phenomenal. In less than a year, Slack had over 100,000 daily active users and over $1 million in annual recurring revenue. In 2014, Slack raised $120 million in funding at a valuation of $1.12 billion, making it one of the fastest companies to reach unicorn status. In 2015, Slack won the Crunchy Award for Best Startup of the Year. By 2020, Slack reportedly had 12 million daily active users and over $900 million in annual recurring revenue.
$1 million isn't cool. You know what's cool?
And then, Slack made a surprising move. It agreed to be acquired by Salesforce for $27.7 billion in cash and stock, the largest deal in the cloud industry's history. Want to know why it happened? Because Slack solved a problem they were facing and adapted quickly. Because Steve Butterfield went from wanting to create something he wanted to something people wanted. So that's the story of a pivot that turned a struggling startup into a billion-dollar giant. Lastly, let's hope Steve finally gets to create that game he has so clearly been wanting to create all this while.
May the Force be with you.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Qubit Capital, where we think, act, and dream like a unicorn.